Hey guys, and welcome to the show. Those who are hitting the replay, thank you for joining us. Those who have joined us live, welcome, welcome, welcome. We're so excited. This is show number 2, and Ned and I had some amazing feedback last week. We were totally stoked with all the feedback we got, and this week we're going to be talking about what does health and well-being look like in your business. All right, let's get started. So thank you guys for joining us. As I said before, we are doing what are we doing, Nat?
We're doing how does health and well-being look in your business, and actually does it have any impact at all? Do you need to be freaking healthy, and do you need to be well?
That's true. I think you need both of those things. Well, I mean, obviously, with which camera am I going to? Getting used to these cameras. So obviously, if you're a solopreneur, you are your business. So if you are sick and healthy, if you are sick and unhealthy, you can't actually work in your business.
Yeah.
And I definitely learned that earlier on in my business when I got glandular fever. And you've had some experiences as well,
Yeah.
Nat.
Before we jump into tonight though, P, I just want to say thanks to the wind this week.
Yeah.
Because how fucking hot has it been? And it's still really hot in the studio. So I just want to give thanks to the wind, and I want to give a big freaking shout out to all the parents who have maybe just got their kids to school this week. Mine aren't starting back until next Thursday, and you know what? I actually want a freaking medal. I want a medal because it's been the longest, hottest freaking summer. I don't know about you guys, but yeah, we've made it through. So I just want to do a big shout out for all of you mums and dads who are at home running your own businesses, and even jobs as well. I don't even know how you guys are doing it.
I mean, it does feel like it's a really long time.
Long.
Like it was 7 weeks, you know, and I know a lot of schools have gone back today, but your children are still home, is that right?
My kids, I've still got the kids until next Thursday. Like, are you kidding me right now?
Yeah, that's kind of crazy. I mean, I've been quite lucky because Bryn's like 18 now, but I get different sort of pressure from him about what am I doing today? Like, what are you doing today, Mum? I'm working. Man, you did that yesterday. Like,
and just to, someone said that I had a nice glow on. That was just being really polite because it's actually freaking hot again in the studio with these lights.
Nat, I think you might just have to change what you're wearing. So those who are in on the live, comment below, tell us who's here. We really want to, this is not just about us talking to you. We want interactive. So we really would love it if you guys jumped on, said hello, where you're from, what your business is, because we want to get to know as many as you can, as we can. And great, on my page. And look, the great thing about this show is both Nat and I are going live on each of our pages.
Yeah.
So that's kind of exciting, right? That the fact that we're both talking to both our different audiences. Some of them crossed over, but it was really good. I mean, last week we had some guys commenting, which was really nice. We had Ian from the UK who came in. And tonight I can see Dave Sawyer's jumped on, and the beautiful Karen Smith has jumped on as well. Hello.
Hey.
You'll be seeing that. Hang on. You'll be seeing that I'm wearing my favourite t-shirt from Karen's line, which is Active Curves. So I just love it. I love this t-shirt.
You know how I love to keep it real, P?
Yes.
I want to talk about the realities of what it was like before the show today, you know? The realities of running the business, because I don't usually hang out looking like this with all this makeup and clothes on. Like literally about an hour ago, I was in my shorts with my hat on. Actually hadn't really done much since I'd done my workout this morning in terms of anything to my appearance, you know?
Yeah.
And I was saying to my husband, he's like, oh, it's your second show tonight. And I was like, you know what? I'm actually still nervous about it. Not in like, will I know what to say or how's it going to go? But I just want to share that because I think it's important for you guys to know that you're freaking normal, that the nerves and the how you feel and if you second guess yourself, and it's just normal. And and we're just putting ourselves out there, but we still experience those kind of things. So I just wanted to share that with you guys to make you feel a little bit, at ease with yourself.
I mean, it's difficult, especially when you've had full-on days. Like today, I was pretty full-on, and then you messaged me, I think, because we changed from what we had planned the show to be at the last minute, and and you're like, what are we doing? Nothing's in the... Because we keep a Trello board to keep track of our shows. And I hadn't got around to updating it. And you were like a little bit frazzled. And I was like, it's all cool. There's going to be time. I'm going to be able to do it. Don't panic.
No, I freaking wasn't.
It seemed in the messages, it was like... And then the next message... And the next message... That sounded like... But it probably wasn't. That's how I interpreted it.
I think the cool thing is like, when you have messaging... You can't, don't hear the tonality. Yeah. You know, and you know how you chat and we go, hey, are we doing this? Oh, what about this? And then on a message the way it seems urgent. I'm actually a bit of a geek, and I really like to, pre-plan. Actually, you're a bit of a geek too, and I think that's why we get on. Yeah,
like I like to pre-plan the show and just have talking points. So, okay, so tonight, just going into that, we're talking about health and well-being. Like, how do you keep healthy, and how do you have, we did touch on this a little bit last week about mindset and stuff, but I think it's really important that we do go into how to be healthy, how to, and what that looks for you as a person, because I think so many people get caught up in what everyone else is doing. They don't necessarily, oh, well, she's doing that, maybe I should do that. Like, do you find that? I mean, probably not you, but do you hear that from people, that they have to be perfect in the way that they exercise?
Yes, a really good point. So today, to introduce the show, I put up a picture of me doing my exercise, and I made a joke about, I haven't joined the Fit Inspiration Instagram movement where I was putting a picture of my exercise. Don't get me wrong, people need to do that because it's actually really inspiring. But I did it so that people could see that it's really important that you find what works for you.
Yeah.
And that's the same philosophy that I tell my clients when I coach them, is you have to find what works for you. Where are you going to be self-motivated to do that? So I'm actually a self-motivated person when it comes to my well-being. Like, I will go for a walk with the kids and work out at the park bench. I don't have to go to a gym. I'm that annoying friend, actually, who's self-motivated and doesn't kind of need that structure. But I agree with you. You totally can't just do what the fad is.
Yeah. Well, I'm totally different. So I am the one that lays in bed going, I really could go to the gym. Actually, I'll roll over. So how I combat that is I organise activities that I have to do, and I organise people to be at the activities so I don't let them down. So those are my...
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah, so that's why, like, if you follow my feed on Instagram, because even today, one of my friends, I hadn't seen her for 2 years, and she was like, oh my God, Pauline, you're so busy. I don't know how you fit it all in. But it's just that instead of sitting at home on the weekend, I've organised a walk or a bush walk or, walk up Rangitoto or whatever, just so that's sort of my fitness, get out there, and that helps my well-being as well.
Hey, actually, speaking of fads though, P, you're on some kind of fad. Oh, fad's the wrong word. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's always something new to talk about and new that's happening. So, flexitarian?
Oh,
like, what
flexitarian.
The far out is that?
You know what's funny about this? Is I thought this was my word. So, the funny thing is, like, so my son wanted to be a vegetarian about 2 years ago. And one day I walked into the house and he was eating bacon. And I was like, what are you doing? And he was like, oh my God, that's right, I'm a vegetarian. And I was like, and then suddenly I was like, actually, I think you're a flexitarian. And so that's how the word came about for us. And then he's, because Bryn has some stomach issues, we've gone back to, he's a vegetarian. I just can't be a vegetarian. I'm a bacon type of person. And so I call myself a flexitarian. So it works out. So I don't want to put myself into this box where I've got to be perfect at being a vegetarian.
Yeah.
I am eating 90% to 100% sometimes all vegetarian. But if I'm going out and I feel like steak, then I'll eat it. Like, it's more of a health conscious thing, not so much of animals. Like, I love animals, obviously, but I tried to be full vegetarian, but I started to dream about pork chops chasing me, and then I turned around and chased them and had to eat and I saw a news item today, someone tagged me in, and it's a thing, it's flexitarian is actually more and more people are eating more health conscious, so
would actually be cool if you're watching the show tonight, or you're watching the replay. Let us know. Are you a flexitarian?
Yeah, or vegetarian, or have you changed your diet in a way? Like, I'm really big on paleo. Like, I sort of love paleo. So at the moment, the last 12 weeks, we've been very much vegetarian, cutting sugars, cutting bread. Bread's been a really big one. So we're buying 1 loaf of bread a month.
Yeah, that's good.
But it's good, healthy bread. It's not... and we're just experimenting with vegetables, and my son's really good because he loves to experiment, and so we've learnt a lot, and we've learnt that it's actually a lot cheaper to eat a lot more vegetables than it does meat. I had this whole mindset that it was costing a lot, but actually the vegetables seem to go further. Yeah. And some of the things that I'm finding is I'm fuller. I know that if I start eating bread, I have to eat more. Like, I don't know if you guys are watching and you feel the same way, where you eat bread and then an hour later you feel like you need to eat more bread and more bread and more bread. I'm definitely like that. So yeah, I'd love to. Have we got any people on the call? Is there anyone on the call?
Is there on the call tonight?
Yes.
Actually, one of the reasons why I wanted to do this subject is, a lot of people say to me, Nat, you're everywhere, you always have so much on, how do you, excuse the cliche, but how do you catapult so much? And that's the whole thing, is that if I didn't look after myself physically, like I know that going for a walk in the morning with the dog once the girls are at school really actually generates a lot of ideas for me. It's a lot of real de-stress, a real mental thing.
Yeah.
And then, moving your body and like eating right, like energetically, it helps me. I know that if I haven't moved, haven't eaten properly, man, I feel like shit. And then you actually deliver really crappy things. Yeah. Because you're not feeling good. So I wanted to talk about this tonight because I think it's huge health and well-being, and a successful business, I think, go hand in hand. So it's interesting because I'm not talking about that you have to look a certain way, like, oh, you have to look like this to have a successful business. I think it's just about how you energetically feel. Like, are you well? Are you looking after yourself? Stuff like that. So I'd love to hear what other people have to say about that.
Yeah, I find, it's totally true about the whole eating bad food, and then you become very lazy in the way that you act and feel. Like, I've definitely noticed that. Like, my energy levels are really high. I feel really good. And so, someone was just asking me on my page, is it for weight loss? Well, no, it isn't for weight loss at all. This is a really other good topic we should talk about, because, let me get on the rant. Just because I'm big, it doesn't mean that I'm lazy. Just because I'm big doesn't mean that, I'm sitting at home pigging out all the time. I'm actually very fit. So it's not for weight loss, it's more for, I do have some problems with my hands, which I don't really talk about a lot, and it's actually about reducing the swelling in my knuckles. And for my son, it's all about, because he has eczema, so it's about controlling that. So it's more like healthy reasons, nothing to do with weight. If weight goes, that's fine, but it's certainly not my, I don't care. I love the way I look. I'm fit, and we could talk about that, going to the gym, and like we talked about that, I think that's last week, how I compete against myself. It's not about everyone else. Yeah. And I think that's really important. It's about, pushing yourself to your limits and competing against yourself.
Hey, so I've got a question here. Well, it's actually more of a statement, actually, which is really cool. From Nikki Davidson. Hey, Nick. Hey, so cool to have you here. I'm making my 20-year-old son's lunch while watching us, which is pretty rad.
Awesome.
I don't usually do this, but it's to deter him from buying junk food. Hey, Nick, I know because I've worked with you for so long when you had Gusto that, you really wanted to make sure the kids had really good food, and I'm very similar. Like, the kids, we eat a lot of whole foods and we snack on good stuff. They are definitely the frickin' kids at a party. who go to a party and they're all over the freaking chip bowl because I'm probably not giving them enough opportunities to have that balance.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So that's interesting, babe, that you're having to do that, Nick, in terms of helping him deter him from junk food.
Yeah, because the thing is, junk food's so easy these days, you know, just to
totally.
grab a snack. I mean, it's that whole chocolate thing as well. I mean, I know we've gone off topic, but, you know, once you have a little bit of chocolate, then you feel like you have to eat lots and lots of it. Like, I just can't have chocolate in the house. I'm terrible. I'm the type of person, if it's junk in the house, I can't concentrate until I've eaten it. So the best thing to do is not to have it.
Not have it.
Yeah.
Hey, so Jodie's come in and she said that she can't sit on the loo today after her first day back at the gym, but she has a clear head.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, and you can plank for 2 minutes, so that's pretty rad. But that's the whole thing, isn't it? That if you're in a business where you're giving back to a lot of people, that I think it's really important that you know, that whole cliche, self-care, fill your cup up, look after your health, look after your well-being, and it's not about taking the pictures for Instagram. It's actually genuinely real life stuff that gives you the resilience to be able to be of service to other people and show up. Then you got to show up for your freaking family and make their lunches.
Yeah, and I think that's important to realize that it doesn't actually have to be every day. It can be, you know, if you're full on, like some days, like yesterday, I worked till midnight. There was no way I was getting to the gym. So it's picking and choosing the days and scheduling it in. So I've got a pretty active weekend this weekend where I know I'm going to be doing a lot of walking because I'm out doing a photo shoot. So I know I'm going to be standing on my feet, doing lots of walking, bending up and down, climbing some stairs. So I don't have to work as hard and stress about the fact that I haven't got to the gym. So I sort of, you know, it's that whole thing about balance. You know, everyone gets so caught up on balance, but I'm definitely a big believer that there's no such thing as balance.
Ooh, we'd love to hear from you guys. What do you think? Is there balance?
Yeah.
Can you have balance? I know that for me, being about imperfect action and all that, is I try to strive for balance on a morning basis.
Yeah.
How do I fucking feel this morning? If I don't feel like having to cope with certain things, then I go readjust the balance. And I think that's really important, is to be able to go look inward to how are you feeling? What's your well-being? To then go, okay, how can I balance my day? Yeah. That's how I kind of approach balance. So I'd love to hear from you guys.
Yeah, jump in and tell us. I think that's definitely another thing is as business owners, when everything you know, and mothers as well, you know, we have so many hats on our heads. We're mothers, we're daughters, we're sisters, we're wives or partners, and that's a lot. So we've got a lot of things going on, and we're looking after our children, feeding them and cooking dinner and cleaning the house, as well as looking after ourselves. So we always put ourselves last, right? Yeah. And this is how I got glandular fever. I was doing all these things, and my business, I knew as soon as I got glandular fever, I was like, how am I going to run my business? And I really learned that it was a really good teaching. You shouldn't do it. I'm telling you now, all these people that burn out, really put yourself first. So every day, think, what can I do for myself today that's going to, you know, look after myself and make sure that I'm good for tomorrow. Because otherwise, I mean, you could talk about your experience as well, Nat. You had a pretty good.
Yeah, pretty good. It's funny. So, yeah, so half of my face paralyzed, probably it'll be a year ago now. Actually, a year or 2 years, I don't know. And so the really big thing about, for me, coming out and actually doing this show on a static camera is, in a live video, you can't really see it as much. But on a static camera like this, you'll notice that this side of my face doesn't move so much. So when I smile, you'll see that it's a little bit close.
You look a little bit like a pirate.
A little bit pirate, right? And I've actually got more of a cheekbone here than here. I had some Bell's palsy, and so what they believe is why it happened is it was shingles. So instead of coming out in a rash, which is a painful rash, it actually came out and paralyzed my face, which is pretty freaking awesome when you are the face of your bloody business. So it was a really bizarre time, and I just started in my own business, and so I just had to carry on. I just had to pick myself up and go, you know what? If you won't buy from me and I sound like a drunk and my face is, and I drink water and pour out my face, and it wasn't a good look, but I knew that if I didn't kind of pick myself up and carry on and look after myself, then I would have probably gone into a lot of depression. So that is actually where my health and well-being kicked up a notch. And I don't know about you guys, but in some of the business books, they talk about how you've got to get up at 5 o'clock, you've got to have a green smoothie, you've got to do some yoga. And I'm not knocking you if you do this. Like, I think it's freaking awesome that you do it.
Yep.
But I'm not a morning person. I swear to God, if you wake me up at 5 o'clock in the morning, it better be because I've won lotto, because I'm not interested in anything at 5 o'clock in the morning. However, I'm happy to put my power hour and my yoga and my self-care after the kids have gone to school. That's when I fit it in. So I think you have to find what works for you, and I'd rather stay up a little bit later till 10 o'clock or something, because that's really late for nanas. Everyone's probably thinking that's not even late. So I think it's really finding something that works for you. But that's my paralysed face story, hence why I'm so big on you got to look after yourself, because your face can get paralysed.
Yeah, I think that's important, and finding out those things that really work for you as well.
Yeah.
Like, I change things up because I'm quite a creative, so I like to do a lot of things. So I do kickboxing as well. I've been doing power hooping. Terrible at power hooping.
Hey, who wants to see a demo of power hooping? No, that'd be great. You'd be good.
I'll tell you now. I got Bryn to video it, and then I watched it. I was like, that is not for public consumption. It's so bad. So. Yeah, it's changing it up, because I get sick of everything being the same, so I like to change it up. So I think that's important. The other thing that we were really thinking about talking about is, let me just look at my notes.
I got some people who can't hear and can't get in. Can you guys just, if you can hear us, say yes, can hear you. Some people can't say they can't watch, but I'm not sure if that's because they're not sure what they're doing.
Or maybe they can't watch.
Can't watch because we're terrible. Can't watch because there's too much swearing. We should say that at the start that Natapult has a filthy mouth.
Okay, so there's a little bit of a delay. So if you're having problems watching, let us know.
But we'd love to hear from you. I know that a lot of people who follow. Actually, Catherine, you're on tonight. Catherine Stoddard. Babe, you've been having and actually, Jodie knows her too. You've had an awesome
holiday.
Holiday, health and well-being, all in one.
I went into the wrong app. I'm like, I'm just going to look on the app. And
okay, here's a question. We've got a question in here. Okay.
Oh, cool.
How do you make time for all the usual craft and work time? I'd like this to be a job one day. I find I need a lot of computer time, and family gets a bit disgruntled. Should you allocate specific time on the day? Yeah, babe, you've just got to work out what works for you, and have a conversation with hubby around your ideal work week, what it looks like, and what can you start implementing. And it's one of those things that you may be quite surprised that once you allocate yourself the time, and then you actually finish at that time and then go and be with your family, they're less disgruntled because you've kind of set into your own space and then with your own boundaries.
Yeah, I think it's important to put in, like, I used to set myself rules, especially when my son was younger. I would not be on doing any business or being on my phone between 3 and 8 o'clock. There would be a time where I'd quickly jump in, but then I'd put my phone down and put it away, and then I'd jump back on after that time. So it's about making sure that the time that you give them is really in depth, and it's not just you guys sitting around TV. Yeah. It's like sitting and working with their homework and asking a lot of questions, how they, I remember when Bryn was little, and I'd say, how was school? And he'd give me good. And I was like, oh my God, this is seriously not a really good relationship with grown. So then when I picked him up from school, it would be like, so who did you play with at school today? Oh, and what's he like, or what's she like, and and what happened there? So I forced him to have a conversation with me, because there were weeks about that 10 age, when they get to about 10, they're like, good, fine, okay. And so I always made sure that my time was real structured like that. So hopefully that helps.
I keep forgetting that we're actually on camera, and I keep scratching my nose and then playing with something else. It's funny, but you actually notice how much you fidget. when you're actually in a studio.
Yeah, we've got Karen here who said, mental well-being for me is vital. I need an hour to wake up with a coffee.
Yeah,
Facebook, a cuddle with my dog, sets me up for the day and gets my brain into gear. So that's a really good way to start the day. Mine's sort of the same, but, you know, cuddle with a cat.
I'm very much about how do I feel today? What have I got to do today? What do I need to mentally prepare for? And that's that whole mindset thing that I know people who do follow me, it's a mindset has been, because I believe the mindset over strategy, right? Like anyone can have the strategy. I've had incredible strategies given to me, but I haven't stepped into them because I haven't believed I could do them. So for me, every day, mindset is huge. And for me, that starts with having a walk, going to, you know, my PT or whatever, or doing something at home in the gym. And for those of you who've got young kids, often you can't go to the gym because you actually can't physically go because there's no one there for the kids. So working out downstairs is really cool. But the important thing is to give yourself the mental space to be able to come up with solutions and creative ideas for your business. So it's really, really important for you to fit it in somewhere, even if it's in bite size. You know, like snack-a-size. It's a new thing, right? Where you just like snack on your exercise. So,
and there's a real big trend at the moment of exercising at home. I was following Lou, and she, what's Lou's last name?
Louise Heaney
from
Louise Happiness and Health with Louise.
Yeah, so she was doing exercises in the house, like she was using the bath and the chair and doing squats and things like that. If you're motivated, you could do that sort of stuff, but that wouldn't work for me. I'd be like, oh, I could do the exercise walking to the fridge. How many times? Actually, let's just talk about a new app. Actually, this comes in, we need a fitness app. I actually have a fitness app, and it's a little giraffe, and I know we're going off script, but it's called TEP, T-E-P, and he's a little giraffe, and mine's called Pixel. And
Did you name him?
No, it got named for me. And you have to actually walk to feed him. So your kilometres and your calories feed him food. Otherwise he dies. So Bryn was all in a panic because Bryn's was called Blinky, and Blinky was dying. So we had to go for a walk on the beach.
That is funny.
But it works really well. So TEP, T-E-P, and it's just a really good app to use. So, and it's fun, you know, until you get sick of it, and then you can go on to the next thing.
So Catherine's actually listening and watching to us while she's on the exercise called Go You, because that's freaking awesome.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
And one of our followers has just had a brand new baby, so she's not really getting much time for herself. Hey, it's hard, you might as well just sit in for the ride for the next 20 years of your life, babe. I'm just joking. But seriously, when you've got a newborn, you just got to make sure you're eating really good food. Like, just make sure you're eating and drinking some really good stuff.
Yeah, don't stress. Like, don't stress about sleeping, baby sleeping at certain times. Just, you know. I mean, it's been such a long time since I've had babies, so I wouldn't know. So those are some of the things with health and wellbeing. On my page, Dave Sawyer's jumped in and he says he starts the day by kicking everyone out of the bed so he can have 15 minutes to himself.
That's really good.
And then Karen's sort of like, how many are in your bed, Dave? Dave, don't answer. I don't want to know. So, so if you've got any other questions or any ideas on how other people in business can keep track of their well-being, look after themselves, definitely like the sleeping in thing. Like, do you sleep in on a Sunday?
It's funny, like, I love conceptually Saturday night. I love the idea that I could get to sleep in on Sunday.
Yeah.
If I sleep in for too long, I actually feel really gross. Like, I feel quite yuck if I sleep in too much, and it takes me a longer to get up and get going. So, I mean, I do kind of sleep in, but I actually know I'm better off if I get up around 7 or 8. Like, if I sleep in, it's the 7 or 8. Like, is it a sleep in? I don't know.
Well, it depends on what time you normally get up. I think, you know, like, I think you can actually train yourself to get up earlier. So, if you wanted to.
God.
I'm not a morning person either. Like, I used to sleep in and like stay in bed for as long as I possibly could.
Yeah.
But now
I do that.
My alarm goes off at 6:30, and so I've like really had to train myself to get up earlier. And I think that works really well. So if you can just figure out what your okay time is. I know I have to have 8 hours sleep. I don't, 7 to 8, but if I go less than 6 and 5, I'm not nice to be around. So,
hey, put it this way, this morning I said to my husband, I want to get up when you get up, babe. He was getting up early. So this morning I wouldn't wake up because, as I've said to you, I'm not really a morning person. Like, take your green smoothie and your yoga and get out until I've had coffee. And he was literally opening my eyes like this. Babe, you keep going back to sleep, babe. I was just like, rack off.
Oh, that's great. Dave said he finds most of his great ideas come first thing in the morning. I always find my ideas come when I'm in the shower for some reason. Not that I should have shared that.
I thought I was about to fall off my chair.
It's funny where you get ideas. Okay, we've moved off the topic.
Hey, actually, just a tip on that. Can I talk about a tip around ideas, if that's cool?
I thought you were just going to say showers.
Can I sort of talk about a tip of how to clean your shower? Get a cleaner to clean your shower.
Oh, yeah.
I think some tips around, when you're looking after yourself or whenever your ideas come, this is one of the ways that I create content so quickly is when the ideas come, whether they're in the shower, when you're out for a walk, or when you're just about to like wake up or go to sleep, know when your ideas are coming and actually come up with a strategy of how to capture those ideas. But the idea is, with the ideas, is you then have to take them, right? So you've birthed the baby, you've birthed the idea. I don't freaking know where these analogies come from, but we're going to roll that. So you have this baby, this idea, then actually go and do something with it.
Yeah.
And I think highly creative people often get told you can't have so many ideas, and so you don't enjoy that idea time. So have a think about tonight from listening, next time you get an idea, to actually go, how can you go implement it? And it could be something as simple as jumping on your Facebook page and doing a post about your idea and then getting feedback from other people, and then it kind of grows the idea. Take your idea and go do something with it. A little bit off track, but that's the cool thing about exercise and how it formulates ideas in your head.
And that's great, but just before you say that, talking about the cleaner, that is my well-being. I'll just have to say, it was a joy the day I decided it was time to get myself a cleaner.
My cleaner's actually online tonight. She's the artist who wants to leave her day job, so I'm gunning for it because her art's amazing. Yeah.
I think it's really important to look at the money spent. Like, I find the value that I get from my cleaner coming. She only comes every 2 weeks, so I do the she'll probably like, really pulling.
Yeah, you're pulling. Yeah, get her to come on and tell us.
Yeah, I do the tidying, but she does the deep clean.
Yeah.
And I just would get so stressed out, and it would take me so long just to clean the house. And my house is not that big; it's quite small. But man, she just whips in there. It's like walking into a hotel room.
Hey, can't be that small. You've got giraffes.
What?
You've got giraffes. Remember? Pet giraffes?
Yeah. Hey, you're going to walk a long way for the giraffe. I'm just saying.
Hey, so I'd really love to hear from you guys how you look after your well-being in your business. Like, do you have someone who watches the kids? Do you have a cleaner come? Do you do my food bag, my food box? Oh, there's a bit of name dropping, but that's just some of the stuff I know. Do you order shopping online? What do you guys do to help yourself with well-being? Because I don't know about you, but 7.5 weeks of looking after kids and running my business has shown me more and more and more that I'm not actually superhuman. Yeah. Who would have thought that I wasn't superhuman? But I continue to get that lesson, and I really listen to it now. Because the last time I didn't listen to it, my face paralyzed. Yeah. So I listen pretty much now. So I'd love to hear from you guys. I don't know how much of a delay we've got, or even if we've got a delay.
It's about 10 15 seconds, so it's not that long.
Louise has put that she struggles to sleep in, and a sleep in for her is 7. That's pretty good. That's
when I wake up. I have to admit, I worked really late last night, and I went to sleep at 1, and I was like, okay, it's good. I can sleep until 8, and then my son woke me up at 7. Mum, do you want to go for coffee? I was like, oh my god, I needed to sleep in the next hour. Don't you know I have a show tonight? I was quite frantic. He felt bad, but yeah. Oh, we did go for coffee, I might add.
Hey, so actually, just before the show tonight, you know how you said to me, oh, Nat, you seemed a little bit frazzled, probably because I was, because, you know, you're doing 155 things when I messaged you. And then I was, at about 1 o'clock today, I was thinking, how the fuck, whose freaking idea was this show? How the fudge am I supposed to fit all this in with everything else? But I knew that the strategies of the well-being, of I made sure I had a really good lunch, I made sure I ate before I came, and I actually made sure that I had some downtime before I came. And my downtime looks like listening to an audio. So instead of reading a book, I have Audible where I listen to a book.
Oh yeah. That's
so I had some really good downtime, because otherwise, you'd feel stressed.
So was that downtime when you were walking the dog? Don't we have a photo of Nat and her little gorgeous puppy?
I just want to point out, when the picture comes up, that they say dogs look like their owners. So I'm not really sure that it's with my dog.
Did it come up?
Oh,
we've got the dog.
That I'm hearing.
And then what's the other photo? This is how Nat looks every day. I'm putting this out because...
get yourself a dog though, right? Because you have to walk a dog.
Yeah.
Rain, hail or shine, you've got to get out there and walk your goddamn dog.
I must admit, your dog is really cute. I mean, it is... He's kind of a cool dog. He's quirky.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Like his owner. And the other picture actually is just of me doing exercise at a park bench. What you can't see behind me are the kids who I've made jump on their bikes and come out for a walk so that I could get in a routine. So that's just showing that actual behind the scenes of me getting my exercise in.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't have the picture. Oh, you've got the picture of me with the hat on and glasses. Yeah, being sun smart, giving paddleboarding a go, because that's an Instagram moment. Do you know, I was super stoked with paddleboarding because it's all about your core. And so I've done a lot of work on my core, so I was actually able to get up and stay up and have a really cool time. But I got cramp in my toes, and that's because I was holding on for dear life. But I was very sun smart. There's a picture of me with my hat and sunglasses.
Oh, brilliant.
To be really, really
Yeah, that's definitely something that I want to try, is paddleboarding. I need to learn how to do it. I have access to 2 paddle boards, but I haven't done it yet. Only because...
Add it to your 42.
I have.
Hey, just remind people about your Project 42, because it's very cool.
All right, so if you haven't heard, I'm doing a project at the moment called Project 42, which means I have 42 tasks that I need to complete before my 43rd birthday. And really exciting, scary things. Andrew, our producer here, has put on Jump Out of a Plane, which I think is ridiculous. And other things is get a tattoo. So today I sort of was working out what sort of tattoo I was going to get. So that's going to be happening in the next few weeks, which is scary. I'm doing a triathlon. Actually, at the moment I'm training for a triathlon. So a lot of them seem very physical, but there's some really cool things as well. Do 42 acts of kindness. That's something that I'm working on.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. And what else is on there? There's just a lot of different things. And it's not a project that anyone else is doing. It's just something that I'm doing for myself. And I like to do these little projects. One is walk up Rangitoto. Hopefully I'll get my brother and my son to come with me. My brother thinks it's boring, but...
Your brother thinks it's boring.
Well, climbing Rangitoto.
Actually, I think there's like glowworms or something up there. There's actually some cool adventure thing where you don't have to go straight at the summit. You can go around the bottom. Senka was telling me this. Around the bottom, up the top, and through some glowworms. I don't know.
Oh, really? Oh,
don't follow my directions. You'll get lost on Rangitoto.
Yeah, and I think that's a lot to do with my well-being. I love to be out in the bush and stuff. There's one of the falls I want to go to. I've been to Kirikiri Falls and another falls, but I just discovered a third falls. A third one.
Say that faster. Yeah. Say that fast.
And it's in the Waitakaris, and I only discovered it. I think it's Kitty Falls. It's stunning. It's it's stunning. A lot of people go there in Instagram photos, and I was like, cool. I want to do. So they go on the edge where the water goes over, and they take a photo. I'm like, I want to do a fat me photo, like, here, baby. Just as I just think it'll be fun. But then I keep thinking, okay, to get to that falls could be kind of hard work walking up that hill, but that's on the 42 as well. So
you've definitely got to do that, because I want to see that frickin' selfie.
Right, now I've set it out.
Hey, so some of the people watching tonight have said, so Donna said that she gets her best ideas while out running. Donna, I want you to come out. Once you've been out for your run, you've got your ideas either while you're running, heavy breathe it into an audio recording on your phone to capture the idea, and then I want you to do something with it. Alana says she gets her best ideas from, I was about to say lawning the mow.
Lawning the mow.
Mowing the lawn. Hey, how cool is it to mow the lawns? Like, it's pretty rad.
That is pretty cool.
So, challenge to you, Alana, is to do something with the idea. Once you've done the lawn mowing, you can't audio record that, obviously, because you won't be able to hear it.
And I think, you know, another good thing about well-being is, like, it doesn't have to be fitness. It can be,
true.
you know, like gardening and growing vegetables, which is...
Do you do that, Pauline?
Yep. Finally, we can talk about growing vegetables. Actually, I do have an issue. So, I don't know if you saw my my Instagram this morning. If you follow me, go to my Instagram. I have a tomato vine that is producing beautiful little cherry tomatoes.
Oh, yeah.
This morning I went out and something is eating all the leaves. It's like it's just gone.
Is it white butterfly?
I don't know. I can't find. There's poo, little poo.
Oh, it's caterpillars. I
can find no caterpillars. Oh. So, you know, if anyone knows how to save my tomato plant, I was thinking about moving it to another area where I've got a lot of other tomato plants, but I don't want them to eat my other tomato plants. So, someone in the know, please help me with my tomatoes, because I want the bush to be bigger.
Oh, I hope everyone else got that, because that's funny.
Yeah, so
that's
gardeners,
good.
help me, because I'm totally a novice, and my bush has been trimmed by something, and it's crazy. It's totally crazy.
What's up? What's Dave saying on yours?
Dave told me I need to do 42 fights, and I'm telling Dave, hell no. So.
Hey, Louise actually said that Reiki is a well-being practice that she does every day. And Reiki's that beautiful energy.
Oh, yeah.
Energy work. Actually, I don't even think I haven't given Reiki a very good kudos there. Reiki's amazing.
Yeah.
Have you ever had Reiki?
No, but you have.
I had Reiki from Louise, actually. It was incredible. Amazing.
I've had massage. I'm really big on...
Massage is great.
I'm really big on massages. So,
yeah.
I go to, two people, actually. I change it up. So, I definitely when I'm exercising and kickboxing, because apparently my hips are out of line.
Yeah.
So I get a lot of back pain, so I have to get it.
You're out of line.
I'm out of line, so I've got to get that really stretched out. So yeah.
Actually, I do massage. I actually have started gifting myself massage every month on a Sunday night.
You gave me a massage.
I know.
Oh,
jeez, talk about giving you a gift, and
just as you reminded me.
It's really important, I think, and it's something. Actually, and what I think important about that is that when you do start putting yourself first as a woman, like you think you do, but then when you actually have to put it into a practice, because I'm all about walking your talk, right? I want to do what I'm telling you guys. And so when I first started doing that, having a massage every month, I was like, oh, who am I to do that?
Yeah.
And all this guilt comes up, right? And you have to start to deal with the guilt of, is anyone else missing out? Who do I think I am? Blah, 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 blah. And once you deal with all that mindset stuff, you then actually start to enjoy the massage.
Yeah, it's funny that you brought that up, because I felt like that as well when I started, that it was a real luxury, and that I was wasting money. And,
yeah, that's it.
You know, so, but I sort of do once a month or once every 2 months. I think when I am kickboxing, I really have to go monthly, because, you know, like Jodie said, you know, she'd been training and she can't sit on the toilet. You know, when you're constantly doing that sort of exercise, it hurts. You know, you've got to release those muscles and the stress.
Hey, and do you think that, because I'm newly 40 and I know that you've been doing it for a couple more years. I've definitely noticed that, you know, my body...
her old body.
I was about to say old body, but I was being respectful to myself of how you talk to yourself. But definitely my body's responding to different things. I don't enjoy so much I used to kickbox as well. My body doesn't like it as much. I don't necessarily energetically respond to it like I did. However, give me some, you know, body weight resistance and heavy weights. And I'm like, I love it. And gentle walking and stretching. All that kind of stuff. I want, you know, have you been finding it when you turn?
Yeah, well, I am having.
Honestly,
I am having a little trouble with my knees. I have to admit, I have to actually tape my knees up.
Yeah.
I can't, so I'm training for this triathlon, And so I've started to run a little bit. So, and when I have to actually strap my knees, it's something. So that's what I struggle with, my knees.
Yeah.
But I just strap them up. Yeah, I mean, kickboxing is kind of physical, but I just love I love the Tabata more than which is like you're doing fast fire, punching and kicking.
It's definitely, your body definitely responds, to that kind of high intensity stuff.
Yeah, I do. But I mean, cardio-wise, I prefer doing weights. Like, I love it. Like, my favorite exercise is the leg press. I just love the leg press, and I can do 260 kilos. Wow. Yeah, on my thighs, and I'm like kind of happy with that.
I have to say, any of the actual real fitness people out there who are PTs and that, they will agree though that weights and weight bearing exercises are magic. Yeah. For women especially. Yeah,
that's right. Yeah. So I mean, I think one of the things that we also we're going to do latest updates, and as I'm a social media strategist, I really wanted to jump in to this latest update because I'm kind of excited about it. So Instagram announced today that business accounts can schedule from a third-party app. So it means they can schedule from Hootsuite, Sprout Social, Panelly,
Social Sprout,
and which is exciting. So it means that if you have a business account in Instagram, you can schedule those for a later time, and it's not how it used to be where you could schedule them, then you had to go into the app and release them.
Yeah, right.
So it does it all seamlessly. So I think I can show you a photo of what it looks like. Example, yeah. So this is what it looks like when you're in Hootsuite. So I'm just, you get your feed, you get what you've liked, and then on the side you see I've scheduled it. And then if you see my second post, this is how it looks on your Instagram, and you may notice that you can't see it. Next photo. And it's not there. So for some reason it didn't work for me. So that's why I'm sharing that. I'm quite gutted. I spent like 2 hours in between doing other stuff, trying to figure it out. But it does work because I talked to my friend Jam, and she was talking about it, and it works for her. So for some reason, I think it's probably, I actually figured it out on the drive here, because I was like, why isn't it working? Why can't I get it to work? And I think it's because I haven't uploaded the new iOS on my phone. I think that's why. So you always got to upgrade everything, upgrade your Instagram and stuff like that. But it might not be, I don't know, but that's what
It's funny, when you were like, hey Nat, we're going to share some latest updates, I'm like,
yeah.
What? So my update for that is that there's always going to be latest updates. There's always going to be all this new fandangle stuff that maybe, overwhelm you in the sense that, oh my God, there's something else I've got to learn. Yeah. But again, like health and wellbeing and like business, you just got to find your way of what you love. Is it a necessary part of your business? Can you still do sales without the latest things? Just be aware of when you shouldn't all over the place. You don't have to have everything. Just make sure that you're not getting overwhelmed with all these new fandangle stuff that comes out, because I know that that's actually really genuine reasons for people why they don't kind of move on ahead.
Yeah.
That's my latest update.
That's a really good update to have. So, I mean, you've joined us for another show. Thank you. We're kind of excited about getting these shows underway. We still haven't figured out a name.
We need a name. I called it the PM show. You know how they've got the AM show? And I was like, hey, come to the PM show. And then I was like, it'd be so much easier if my name was Megan, Pauline Megan PM.
Yeah.
But anyway, we're
PN.
The PN show. So we are looking for a name, and we're looking for some topics. We really want to talk about topics that you guys want to talk about, that you find useful. I know that Sarah, who just had the newborn baby, she actually just said, oh my gosh, yes, massage. I was doing that while I was pregnant and I've stopped. Yep. So she's going to start some massage.
Oh, brilliant.
Yeah, we want to be able to bring you stuff that's going to invoke reflection and action on yourself and get you kind of moving and grooving.
That's right. And I think, some of the business topics, we had Charlene on one of the threads the other day talking about the fact that she let me find the camera. The fact that she wants to know a little bit more about groups, like groups, you know, with the Facebook algorithm, as I was talking about last week, you know, groups are going to be quite important for some people. So she wants us to do a little bit of focusing on the pros and cons of groups, having a group, not having a group, or using feeder groups. So I think that would be kind of a good topic to jump into.
That's a cool topic. And if you've got a spare 3 hours, apparently you can have some float therapy. I know a couple of people have done that.
Oh, who's done that?
Weightless Himalayan salts and water. I know Amy from Power Hope, she's done it heaps. This is from Donna
Macaulay?
Yeah, Amy Macaulay.
Amy Macaulay.
I call her Fanny Ballbags. It's just a thing we have. She's Scottish. It's just what we do.
What a name.
Yeah, and Fiona said she's had knee problems, but putting soles in your feet.
I'm pretty sure my knee problems are because of the amount of weight, because I've got big thighs.
Hey, but they can bench press 260 kilos. So,
yes, they can.
You know.
Yes, they can. Going for 265.
So Fiona said that she'd love to learn more about groups. Someone said we should call ourselves the social sprouts. That's pretty fun.
The social sprouts.
I'm actually really looking forward to the when it's less summery and I'm less glowy on your screen.
I think it's because the top you're wearing isn't cotton.
Yeah, it's not cotton, it's polyester. That's right.
Yeah. What else can we talk about? Any exciting things happening in your week this week? I've had many exciting things happen in my week this week. So many things.
Oh, well, that sounds. Well, you tell us. That
I can't talk about them, but
yeah, that's
I just want to tell you this exciting thing, but I can't tell you about it.
Exactly.
But, oh my god.
Okay, I've got an exciting thing. Okay, so I found this really cool dog walker, and she's local, and she's like
we were talking about it the other day.
It's this app that you get on your phone, and you go look for dog walkers in your area. And she's this amazing university student, and she's just been amazing to the dog. And there's cool apps for stuff out there everywhere.
I asked you what app do you think we could talk about?
That one.
Yeah. So what's it called?
Pause.
Do you remember that? But what's it called? Do you remember that ad when we were little?
No.
But what's it called?
I remember the Mr. Chips.
It's like.
Do you remember the Mr. Chips?
What's it called?
That's not good for health and well-being.
It's called Noodles or something. Is it called? But what's it called?
Beef. No, that's another. That's another one. It's called Pause. Anyway, my new dog.
It's P-A-W?
Yeah.
Cool.
My new dog walker's amazing, and her dog's called Monty. My dog's called Monty. Hey, but
yeah, that's brilliant.
We could go on, lots of other cool stuff, but we want to make it interesting for you guys. So.
But what's it called? So that's the end of our show today. Make sure that you comment. Where am I looking? I'm looking here. Make sure that you comment and tell us what sort of topics. We are going to have guests on in a few weeks. So if you want to be a guest and talk about your business or talk about a certain topic, would love to have you on. We've got a few lined up. Another thing I wanted to talk about.
Are you allowed to tell us? Are you allowed to share this?
Yeah, no, I had a really good podcast episode with Monique Doy. So I just want to do a shout out to Monique. It was amazing. The podcast was great. We talked about wearing different clothes. And she had this really good, I wrote it down, but she said something really cool. It was something like, she said, buy clothes. Don't buy clothes for the fit. Buy them for the style. And because when as women, I know for the guys that are watching, I'm sorry, but when you're plus 14, you sort of sink into buying for the fit instead of the style, because you're just like, I just need something that fits, and you'll just grab anything. So she said, don't do that. And she said this other thing. She said, and I'm not quoting her correctly, but she was like, I'll wear what I damn well want to.
Yeah, that's cool.
But she said something, it was way better than that. And I love that. I was like, you know what? That's how we should, as women, wear clothes. Men too, you can wear what you want, and I'm pretty sure you guys do. But, if you want to wear yellow, wear yellow. If you want to wear green glasses, wear green glasses. Don't stick to, yeah.
I love that about the glasses. Megan, a cool friend of mine, she has like glasses for kind of every outfit she wears. Like that is what I'm aiming for.
I've got some amazing glasses. I love them.
But can I just say that philosophy of Monique's, I think, should be all over your whole business, all over your whole philosophy, right? Yeah. So not just dress to your style, but do activity and fitness and well-being to however you frickin' want, and do business however you frickin' want. You don't have to follow everything.
I think that should be another show, is how to start. That's something that someone said to me the other day was, you know, what I love about you and Nat is that you both have a real distinct style, even though we're different. You know that when they see you, that's Nat. When they see me, it's me. You know, with my pink hair and stuff. And how did we get there? How did we get comfortable in ourselves to get to that place? Me, I have no brain cells. So I just thought, I love this. Well, I mean, I just thought, it just happened by accident, really. It was red, and then one day my hairstylist was like, hey, I've got this purple. Do you want to try it out? And then I became addicted to the purple, and I love it because then it goes pink. And in the next few weeks, my whole head's going to go this colour, so I'm kind of excited.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah.
That is cool.
Yeah. So.
Hey, so I think that's a pretty cool show coming up, actually, about... actually someone messaged me and said, hey, I saw your show the other day, you just seem so chilled out and relaxed. And I'm like, girlfriend, that wasn't actually the reality of how I was feeling. But I think that's what happens. It's about confidence, right? And you actually flick that fuck it switch, that you get to a point where you're like, I am who I am. If I'm true to that throughout everything, then I'm going to attract and repel people. People are going to stop watching if they're not going to like it.
Yeah,
and,
that's right.
You know?
Yeah, I think the fact that what's great about both of us is we're very authentic. Like, we're very, this is me. You know, there's nothing different. When you meet me in real life, this is still me. You know, it's not a facade.
Actually, it's not. Go and watch my Instagram, because I took this Instagram story of Pauline mucking around before the show. And that is true. That is so true, what you just said. Who we are right now is actually who
and that's what makes the show so great, because the people who know us know that this is exactly what we're like, and the show is guaranteed to give you a bit of a laugh, even if you are laughing at us. yeah. All right, so thank you so much for joining us. Catch us next week, Wednesday at 8 o'clock, where we have a new topic for you. If you have questions during the week, go on Nat's page, Catapult Your Business, or my page, which is Stockhausen's. Just search Stockhausen on any social media and you'll find me. It was awesome to have you. Those who came in on the live, thank you guys for being with us. Those who've been here with the replay, love you lots. Thanks for joining in, and we'll see you next time.
See you later, guys. Thanks for tuning in. See you.
See ya.